Hello, all my Gemini friends. How are we? Oh, I especially love doing this particular forecast because I can identify with it and with you. So welcome. I've got our forecast, and I want to remind you that I am doing mentoring sessions for those of you who want to study astrology or become an astrologer. I tailor each session, it's a face-to-face Zoom session, according to where you are at. You can have one session every single week, which is the get it done now way of doing it. Or you can have a session whenever you need it to ask me questions and to help you get clarity, because there's a lot of conflicting information out there on an astrological level. And I will give you mine, of course, not the confusing, the stuff that will help you, hopefully. So let's talk about our forecast for February. Yes. Well, let's start first of all with the fact that Mercury is a retrograde. Hang on, need the glasses. Oh, much better. Until the 4th. It will go direct on the 4th, and all this craziness will start simmering down. The only thing is it's going to move into the shadow of the retrograde and stay there until the 24th, which means while it's not retrograde, it sure does feel like it is. And this is the time to tie up all of those loose ends that you didn't do when Mercury was retrograde. It's like your second chance. That's the way I look at it. And I'm writing 3 books, and I'm getting ready to do video courses and you name it. So I've got a lot on my plate. I bet you do too. And this shadow of the retrograde is terrific because it is, as I said, kind of a second chance to get things going. Venus is in the shadow of its retrograde, so they're still tagging us, tag teaming us. It is what it is. All right. So let's talk about Mercury then. Mercury is in our solar 8th house. This is the house of secrets. It's the house of other people's money. It's the house of taxes. Oh gosh, I know I shouldn't have said that, but all right, that's the truth. It is. So Mercury is what you think about and talk about. And while it is in the shadow of the retrograde, which it will be till the 24th, this would be a really good time to take care of gathering all the information you need, for example, to file your taxes or to send them over to your CPA so you don't have to fool with it. Your thinking is changing because while it's in the 8th house, everything in the 8th house is being transformed. Mercury move into the 9th house on the 14th, and the clouds part, and you see clearly. And the 9th house is the house of the big picture. It's the house of truth. It's the house of principles. You want to go back to school, higher education. You want to study something of a higher nature, perfect. Okay, but we got Venus and Mars, love and war, in the 8th house. So Venus is love and beauty and money, and it is the lesser benefic. Wherever it is, it just brings beauty and love and happiness. And so your whole concept of joint finances, number one. Number two, love itself is undergoing a change. And Mars, passion, war, what we throw ourselves into, what comes first to us. In the 8th house, all or nothing. So Venus, love, and Mars, passion, are conjunct. That's an astrological term that means they're sitting on top of each other. Love and passion from the 13th till the 15th. And there's Valentine's Day right smack dab in the middle of it, right? Oh, wow. And so your passionate nature, your whole um, love nature, what you're looking for in the way of love, it's undergoing a transformation all month. Beautiful. So Mercury has moved into the ninth house on the 14th, and you're seeing a much bigger picture open to you. This is also the house of long distance communication, correspondence, and transportation. Now, Mercury's in the shadow of the retrograde till the 24th. So double check all of those faxes that you're sending overseas. Make sure they arrived. The sun, the yellow planet, the giver of life, is also in that ninth house, and you are seeing options open to you that you haven't before. Are you saying to yourself, where can I best express my talents? There's your ninth house. That's where it's coming from. On the 18th, the sun moves into your 10th house, our 10th house, and we are the leader. That's when you move into your leadership position. All my Gemini brethren out there. And so the center of your life becomes your career. Prior to that, you're getting ready for it. You're getting your ducks in a row. You're getting your principles, your beliefs in order. And if you have a book that you're writing, as I said, I have 3 of them, but there's one that 2 short books. One that I think I might possibly be able to, complete by the 18th. You know what we do. We sit down and we finally get to it and it gets done. So that's what I'm looking at. And then I would announce it, when it is done, when it's launched. Waiting for the sun is Jupiter, the greater benefic. It brings blessings. It brings truth. It brings joy. And so we have the sun and Jupiter. Jupiter expands whatever house it's in. That's your house of career. That shows us our career. We are getting ready to expand in our career. I would love to know how that affects you. Drop me an email. Let me know how this gorgeous Sun Jupiter thing is helping you, particularly after the 24th. You're not going to necessarily do it right away. Maybe you will, but I'd love to know how it is helping you move upward in your unique individual career. Now we got a new moon on the 1st. That's when the energy starts going. It's in 12 Aquarius in your in the solar 9th house. And so everything I said about the 9th house is activated right from the get-go. Find 12 degrees Aquarius in your birth chart. Allow a 5-degree orb on either side of it. Okay. So you've got a lot more room when you allow that orb. It's a total of 10 degrees, of course. And that's when everything starts moving, especially in your mind. 2 weeks later, on the 16th, which is, of course, 2 days before the sun moves into the 10th house, we have a full moon in our 3rd house, and that's Gemini. Writing, talking, speaking, sharing. Anytime and a full moon is when things come to a head. This full moon is in 28 degrees of Leo. Find 28 Leo in your chart, in your natal chart. That is where things will pop, will come to a head. And I'd love to know how all of this works for you. So, till next month, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Until then, May the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.